Can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. But first of all, let me know, how are you lovely, lovely, sexy looking people doing? And don't forget, this stream tonight is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Only the sexy people, just like Chaotic Rage. He's a sexy looking killer. And thank you so much, Shahida. Meet my soul brother. Okay, guys, what are we going to talk about today? You know, there's always lots of things to talk about, and then there's sometimes, does it really matter? You see, sometimes it's also important that you can zoom out, right? Today, when I was out on the bike, I was thinking to myself, it's almost like I should have, I said everything. I said, I think we're going to see Bitcoin 20. I think we might see 12. And then I should say, the channel is going to make a well-deserved vacation until we hit 12. But on the other hand, that is what the most of, let's say, people or investors do. And that is actually the very wrong thing to do. Being here today, being here and educating yourself, besides the fact that you're obviously also going to get top quality coins at a 50 to 90% discount. Therefore, it is much more important to be here today than it is going to be here when we are seeing the next cycle or in the middle of the cycle, when everybody is going to say, bye, 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 bye. So I want to congratulate, I want to thank you for being here. Today I'm going to share with you a few news, and we're going to, try not to make it too long. And tomorrow, we're going to make a long cryptocurrency portfolio update. And I think now it's important that you come tomorrow. Sometimes there are, important updates. Tomorrow is going to be important. So let's get this little show of ours started. And I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel and you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then please hit like, smash and subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos. And this is important to me so that you can protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I am host of the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. So let's go and see what's going on. Boom. First things first. Let's look at the level of market manipulation. What are we seeing here? We're seeing Bitcoin at 20,355, down 1.9%. And we are seeing Ethereum at 1,516 and Cardano at 39 cents and DOT at 6. I mean, it's almost like we're repeating ourselves, right? Now, there's one good thing, and that is that Ivan on Tech, he's back with his morning shows, right? I mean, I love Ivan on Tech. And that was also in the last bear market. You could not really find any valuable crypto information anywhere. And that's how I found Ivan on Tech. And, he was, he elevated the mood and gave a lot of valuable information. So he's back with his morning show. I watch, and I think you should too. I have to say, though, I watched it today, and there was some guy there. I mean, that was a earful, that guest there. But nevertheless, I just wanted to let you know. Why am I saying this? Is because today we also pointed out that look at Bitcoin, right? Now we're looking at the weekly, but if we want to look at the daily, the reason I'm pointing out we have been hovering around the 20,000 for so long now, right? I mean, since June. I mean, that is a bit boring, right? Hallelujah. Every day now since June, we've been talking about between 18,000 and, okay, we were up at 24,000. I mean, boring. However, that's just how it is. Let's just have a quick look. You know that I like to look at the weekly, and we're looking at that every day, right? So we're still above the 7-day moving average. But let's see. Today we got some good figures. Who knows? It could be that we will close this week above. And let's see. I still don't think that there are fundamental data that can actually change the direction of, I still think we are in a bear kind of market, right? Ethereum is the same, right? What can we say? Exactly the same we looked at yesterday. It's not that I'm demotivated. We just got more important things to talk about than looking at the same chart that we've been looking at for the past, 4 months, and nothing really happens. But in fact, yes, I do think that everybody's going to watch out. Should it stay above the 7-day moving average? For my technical specialty analysis, are we going to stay there? But I do still think that there is more potential to the downside. We haven't seen the Fed lady sing yet, and hasn't really been real blood on the street. So let's quickly go in, not quickly, let's go in and see. We're also gonna change, let's see, it's not that we change the stream, but depending on where we are, right, with the markets. And we will talk a little bit more about altcoins every day. If there's some news, just run over it quickly. And today I just wanna point out some of the quality coins that I believe are going to thrive, survive, are going to be dominant, already are. And I think it's important that you, and let me just, so you can see me a little bit bigger. I think it's important that you all understand that once we're going to see this bear market end, fresh new liquidity will find its way to the big boys. Like from traditional markets, the blue chips, right? So obviously, it could be interesting to buy a shitcoin, right? But right now, the potential, you can buy a top quality coin that's down 80 to 90%, and then you can buy a shitcoin that's also the same down in terms of percentage. So once we're going to see this bear trend end, money will first find its way into the big boys. So that is important. And then it would trigger down to the, to the shit coins eventually. And we're going to follow that. And we're going to be gaming and IGOs and all them goodies, right? So, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin just, that's just, you need that. Everybody needs a Bitcoin or two in their pockets. Ethereum, very good. Binance, lots of good news. Even today, there's going to be launched a CBDC on the Binance chain. This is real good news. One more time. And actually, if you look at all these coins that are actually only Binance is the one protocol, the one company that is generating the most amount of profits, revenue. Actually, if you should look at the profitability, Binance should be number one. So well done. Cardano obviously still has lots to prove, but it belongs, right? We have a lot of hope and faith in Cardano. Solana is good. Dogecoin, right? News. Now with Dogecoin, I would say I wouldn't put this in my top quality safe bet first. Dogecoin comes with a certain amount of potential, but a certain amount of risk as well. And you know what? I'm just thinking we should actually add. It's time that we add XRP to the watch list again, right? Because I know many of you, you like to talk about XRP, and I also like to follow it because at least there's something we can chit chat about, right? We have it. So let's add it to the watch list. And yesterday, because I don't know if you've been following this little channel, you know that I've not been a big friend of XRP, but that doesn't mean that I don't hate them, I don't love them. If I see that there's a potential to make money, well then I would also invest. Now, what I said yesterday is that I believe that XRP could potentially, or let's say since the 3 years that I've been more or less talking about crypto, I've never really been optimistic on XRP. Now I believe that the risk reward could potentially change. It depends on if they're going to win their lawsuit. If they're going to win that, then I think they have a good chance to get some major global enterprises that will need to, get on the blockchain, right? Migrate onto the blockchain. Polkadot is important. So I would put Dogecoin and XRP. I would not put them in must-have. I would say risk-reward, right? But what I wanted to point out, Dogecoin is already in top 10. XRP is number 6. How much? They're probably not going to do 100x, right? And they are really, really good protocols where the risk-reward potential, from my point of view, is much better. Polkadot, I think, is a must-have. Uniswap is a must-have. The biggest decentralized exchange. Chainlink links everything together. The traditional world with everything on the blockchain, right? Filecoin, decentralized storage. I like Filecoin. However, I would think, from my point of view, is there better decentralized storage coins. But it is the biggest one, right? So Filecoin is good. But I would, no, we're talking about the must-haves. Aave, must-have. Maker, must-have. Synthetics, must-have. Thorchain Rune, must-have. Compound, must-have. Kusama, must-have. Yeah, what else are we here? I mean, I love so many, but we also have to look at the... Is that it? Then let's go. There's more must-have, right? More must-have. Let me just go down here, scroll. Tether is a must-have. Polygon is a must-have, right? Shiba Inu, no. I think it's not a must-have. Risk-reward. Remember, Tron, I said it's risk-reward also. I mean, I don't see it as appealing as the major protocols that we know are going to be dominant tomorrow, right? Cosmos, I think is good. Stellar, I would put it right below, right? That we got the 1As and then the 1Bs. Stellar is risk-reward. But Stellar is already doing CBDC business. That is important. Algorand, a must-have. Good. Quant, must-have, right? VeChain is also a must-have. And Terra, that's on the shit list. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. You will start doing small updates and try to involve more coins daily. But now it's really time for Obama Mama and go and say hello to the chit chat. If anybody's still around. So, who is here? Who is here? Idea ones. Hello, friends. Good to see you. It's good to see Blockchain Betty that she's always around. Vax, my friend. Sandra. Oh, gonna give you a little love for Sandra. Good to see you. Ollie, good evening. And we got Crypto Sing in the house. How are you doing, my good friend? Oh. What else we got here? So I'm got Crypto Alley, and we got Answer Hamid. We're not so many, If we can make it to 10 likes, then I'm really, really happy. But then again, hi, Sir Gabi. Again, I really have to say, I congratulate all 10 of you. You're true lions. Okay, now let's go, because we actually do have things to talk about. So, for all of you who didn't watch the stream 2 days ago, when would Bitcoin hit 12,000? It's just a recap. This is just some, timing is the most difficult thing. But if we look at the past two historical corrections, we could see from November 2013 to January 2015, it took exactly 14 months for Bitcoin to drop 86% from $1,163 to $152. So that means it took 14 months from its all-time high to reach its low from that cycle. The second correction that we had here was from December. Well, actually, we saw the high in December 2017 when we saw Bitcoin hit almost 20,000. And then it took again 14 months. It dropped 83% until January 2019. And that's where I say, where are we now? Well, we had a high of 64,000 12 months ago. Now the current low that we've seen is 17,000. But should we hit 12,000, then that would be equal to 81% from its past recent all-time high. And maybe another 2 months. I could imagine that. But let's know it. This is just, this is just some magic hula bandula talk. CBDC regulation. Remember, it's important that we follow that. It's boring, but it is really, you need to understand where we are heading. And the future of finance is heading to the blockchain. So the recent news is again from the Bank of International Settlements, right? And the Bank for International Settlements, as you probably already know, is the mother of all central banks. You need to talk about this because they're basically dictating and implementing rules and regulations for all other central banks around the world, right? And this is the managing director, good old August. Well, he is a man who is not always sleeping. He's a man on a mission. So the Bank for International Settlement, they have released the full details of its mBridge pilot project to use central bank digital currencies for foreign exchange. So commercial banks in 4 jurisdictions made cross-border transfers using CBDCs and distributed ledger technology. And it was a success. What else could we have expected? So 20 commercial banks in Hong Kong, China, the United Arab Emirates, and Thailand used the custom-made mBridge ledger platform and CBDCs issued by the respective central banks to conduct payment and foreign exchange payment versus payment transactions on behalf of their corporate clients between August the 15th and September 23rd. Over $12 million was issued on the platform, facilitating more than 160 transactions worth $22 million in value. You see, what is also funny here, and we will probably make a video on this because we need to go a little bit more in detail about this. Because what we are seeing here from the geopolitical, let's say, perspective, right? A lot of these countries are not really friends, right? I mean, we got a little tension here, a little tension there. But when it comes to the future of finance, everybody love each other, like peace and pie. So, that's also something that should be taken into consideration. However, the question that I'm going to ask all of you, on which blockchain was this made? I will reveal it in the end. Let me know what you think. Was it XRP? Was it Polkadot? Was it Ethereum? Was it Binance? Anyway, I think you know it. If you follow this little channel, you should. So, some other piece of news is Coinbase and Alameda-backed Mara launches African crypto wallet service. Well, that's very good, right? So the project is backed by cryptocurrency industry heavyweights, having raised $23 million in a fundraising round, headlined by Coinbase Ventures and Alameda Research, Huobi, and several other investors. So that's good, right? We're going to have crypto wallets in Africa. Well, that's good. Where's our friend from Nigeria? He hasn't been here. We have a good friend from Nigeria. He's not here today. But anyway, crypto's going to Africa. It's going everywhere. But I would bet that Cardano is going to be the main player in Africa. Another piece of news is blockchain.com partners with Visa to offer crypto debit cards. And this is interesting because if any of you were in crypto back in 15, 16, 17, or even 18, there was a slight moment where it was possible to get a Visa or MasterCard connected to a crypto wallet. But it then very, very quickly disappeared and you just couldn't get a Visa or MasterCard connected with a blockchain wallet. But of course, it was only a matter of time. And what I want us to say is sometimes you need to have the vision, the long-term vision. I was also a little nervous. I was like thinking, is the future of finance really going to be built on the blockchain? You see, I have a little friend in Japan. He's my best friend. And he told me, you don't worry about a thing. It's all coming. It's all planned. And he was right. It was only a matter of time. So that's why I try to share all these news, is that we are seeing traditional industries and traditional corporations, enterprises, call them what you want. They are all migrating onto the blockchain. Anyway, so crypto exchange blockchain.com has partnered with Visa to launch a crypto card available to only United States residents initially, which allows users to pay using their crypto or cash balance wherever Visa debit cards are accepted. Many places, I think. And blockchain.com revealed that there would be no sign-up or annual fees, no transactions fees, and users would earn 1% of all purchases back in crypto. Well, that's lovely, lovely. We just see another big company entering. I mean, Visa, obviously, have been investing into this space, part of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. Another traditional heavy hitter is Western Union. I just need here another sip. So the money transfer, Western Union, they have filed several, and this is interesting, several crypto-related trademark applications with the US Patent and Trademark Office. So these the applications made by the US-based money transfer firm mean that the company intends to launch its own digital currency exchange and cryptocurrency token. That's a big thing, right? Western Union, they've been operating in the cross-border payment space for almost 150 years, and currently it serves almost 150 million customers worldwide. So I thought, wow, that's one of these old boys, right? Big, big. I mean, been around, before you and I. So I just took a screenshot of from the stock market where they're listed, right? And here we can see that Western Union has a market cap of 5.3 billion. Now, let's for a second go and look on coin market cap and see which coin equals that, right? So 5 billion in market cap. What do we have here? We have, let's go down and see here what is equals. So Polygon has 7 billion, right? And Shiba Inu has 5 billion. Tron 5 billion. Uniswap 5 billion. Avalanche. I mean, but the funny thing is that, Uniswap, they are producing something, right? But I think Polkadot has a market cap. I mean, this is all, I don't really believe in this market cap, but just, try to compare apples with apples. Polkadot has a market cap of 7 billion. And as I said, a company that's been around for 150 years and 150 million clients around the world has a smaller market cap than Polkadot. So in that sense, you could say that the crypto market is still high valuated. But of course, we are speculating on the future of finance, right? Another thing, if you look at this snapshot, you can see that we're looking at just the 5-year chart of Western Union. It hasn't really been doing so good. So if you bought it 5 years ago, you would be in minus now. What a ride! But now, guess who owns Western Union? Because who actually takes the decision that Western Union should go blockchain, right? So I just took also a screenshot of Western Union top institutional holders. And of course, in the first place, we see BlackRock owning 16%. Number 2, we see Vanguard owning 10%. And then we got the, some other companies, Bank of New York Mellon, we got LSV Asset Management and Goldman Sachs. The funny thing is that BlackRock and Vanguard, they also own pretty much of the other institutional holders. So basically, as you probably also know, the BlackRock and Vanguard, they own a lot, right? They own a lot. And when you own these percentages in a public listed traded company, then their shareholder meetings and they do have a say in the direction that the company has to take. So we all know the BlackRock and Vanguard, all they want to do is go green, right? Go green. Blockchain is green. A little, I hope this made some sense. What else do we got here? We got Kazakhstan. I see, I like this story. I really think Binance, they've really done it. Great. What can you say, right? So Kazakhstan is going to build a central bank digital currency on the BNB chain. So the Binance founder tweeted that the National Bank of Kazakhstan will integrate its central bank digital currency, the digital tenge, on the BNB chain, the underlying blockchain of Binance network. So I guess the National Bank of Kazakhstan launched a CBDC pilot, which included the participation of local merchants and consumers. And Sao from CC from Binance said, obviously they look forward to the bank and further developing use cases to bridge the gap between traditional banking and the crypto ecosystem. Wow, right? This is actually, global blockchain mass adoption is coming. Then we also got some Doge news, right? Doge price jumped 40% on Elon Musk's Twitter's crypto wallet rumors. Here, we all know, right? Last year we had the real Doge hype. I don't think we're going to see the same kind of hype. However, I have to say that Elon, he's always good for surprises, right? I actually didn't think he was going to pull off this Twitter buy. Now, the next thing that he needs to pull off in order really to make it a success story is to guarantee or somehow assure that Twitter will allow the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, right? That free speech will be allowed again or for the first time on Twitter. Now, I did, call good old Uncle Joe and ask what he thought about it, but of course he didn't know shit about that. So I think this remains to be seen. I think Elon can do many good things. Is he also going to integrate Dogecoin into Twitter? But Twitter, I think, is going to, this success, this risk reward, or the potential will very much depend on the freedom of speech aspect of things. That's at least how I see it. And guys, that's all we have today. That's it. Quick. Let's go and see if anybody wants to have a chit chat, and then we can move on and to do more important things. So let's see. What do we have here? Sex Fine Biz. Yeah, we got some trolls. How you doing, my good friend Jay Dobbs? And Boris is here. Guys, what I was actually thinking about. How about Puck Network and Morpheus? Salona Buri. That's a good question, and obviously there are good protocols. I don't know. As I said right now, and so I could give you a super straight and good answer. Remember, there are many coins and many protocols to follow, and I can tell you, we are 3 people here working every day only with crypto, and it is a big challenge. So I from what I know, pocket is you should keep a few in the right pocket, in the left pocket, in the back pocket. But just remember, this is not financial advice, because I don't know shit about crypto. So what do you say? Field Marshal. I love that name. What does that mean? So it's boring here? Yeah, a little bit. I also find it. Hey, and Jay Dobbs, it's good to see you. You know what I was thinking? I want to talk to all of those who've been around for a while. I actually miss Witness 101. I was thinking, because Witness, at least is fun to have in the chat. For those of you that don't know Witness, well, he is he's quite a character. He will always share his opinion and his point of view, and it mainly goes against the main trend, or for that matter also what I say, but I think it spices up the chat. So let's hope that Witness, he's gonna come back and troll us a little bit. So that's it. Jaws, how are you doing? If there's no real questions, then Algorand is good. CryptoCog, you know that. And and Cardic Rage, I always love your comments. And I think tomorrow, tomorrow we're gonna, I don't know if tomorrow's gonna be tomorrow's gonna be cryptocurrency portfolio update. And remember, we're also trying to implement this investors reality, where we'll focus more on geopolitics. It's very important. It's very interesting. And Cardic Rage also, he wrote something that we might not see a world war between SCO and NATO, because that simply, that would destroy the world. But maybe we're going to see many more proxy wars like we're seeing in Ukraine. Anyway, all this remains to be seen. Do yourself a favor. Split your time between blockchain and geopolitics. That's all you need in order to be a successful investor. I love you all, you know that. I was just wondering, okay, let me see if there's a chance for Terra Classic to recover. Boris, Terra, no, I don't, to be honest, no, I think that train has left. That is, I think that train is gone. Also, I think that, there's theories, I could imagine that maybe it was, some of the elite or the really big boys that are more or less creating and building the future of finance on the blockchain that maybe didn't, had something against Terra, because Terra was growing at an exponential rate. However, one can also say or take a lesson out of that, and that is that maybe we go here to the. There are a few things that I want to give all of you also. When something seems to be too good to be true, it most likely is, right? And so when we wander off and we go to other blockchain, base layers, and we are reaping, crazy rewards, we have to understand that there is high risk potential, which is why it is so important to diversify. I never invested in Terra. It was never on our portfolio, but I was exposed to the Terra stablecoin. Now, luckily, we were diversified to all the big stable coin providers, but of course it was sad, right? Because we were happy generating. Betty was happy generating 20%, right? So I wouldn't keep my hopes up there. I hope you didn't put all your money in, and if you did, I can tell you, I have lost many times in my life, many times. It's a lesson learned, and I know that you and I Because what I'm doing, I'm coming back, and so will you. I love you all. I see you tomorrow, and stay strong. That's all I have to say about that.
Can I tell you something? You ain't met the real you until you have to use your power. That's the real you. Many of you, you're like a superhero. Truth be told, you ought to rejoice because you have love power, joy power, faith power. You also have comeback power. What is comeback power? Comeback power is the ability to overcome any obstacle, challenge, or difficulty. You have this innate ability, this instinct on the inside, that you can come back from anything. Your human side quits everything quickly. There's a part of you that never says die. There's a part of you that refuses to quit. There's a part of you that has long suffering. There's a part of you that when you get down for the count, they can count up to 8, they can count to 9, but 10, you are back on your feet. There's a part of you that no matter what comes your way, you just got to bounce back up. You can't stay down. No matter what is thrown your way, you got something called comeback power. You've been through some stuff, means you had to face some stuff that I ain't never seen, and you might be walking a little slow now, and you might just be chilling now, but little do we know, if we saw the videos of who you once was, if we saw you in younger days, we see you marching, we see you tearing stuff up, we see you, why? Because you have come back power. That's the only reason why you made it to where you are today. You survive in environments that other people drown in. Environment is everything. Environment is everything. There's a quote, I don't know whose quote it is, but there's a quote that says, everyone is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb trees, it will spend the rest of its life thinking that it's dumb. Let me say it again. Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb trees, it will spend the rest of its life thinking that it's dumb. You survive and environments other people drown in. Because water might drown you, but it's home for a fish. Difficulty is that's not water you drown in. That's perfect conditions for you to swim. Difficulty? You a believer? This is what we do. Huh? This is what we do. Don't be careful when you compare yourself to people who don't have the anointing you have, who don't have the call that you have, who don't have the purpose that you have. I know what it did to them, but it don't mean it's gonna do that to you.